What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video we are doing the 5th installment of retro reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at my Gemini jets 1:400 scale Delta Connection Bombardier / Mitsubishi CRJ-700. This is the first release from around 2016. This is in the January 2016 releases, and I believe this is the first ever regional jet that I got in my collection, or at least the first modern regional jet, and it's definitely proved to be a useful asset. So we'll start off the review here by taking a look at the box. So I'll move the model out of the way and adjust the camera ever so slightly. So up at the top here we have the Gemini Jets logo, made for collectors by collectors. Image of the plane, you got the little Delta widget over there, which they had on some of their slightly older Delta models, but as of late they have no longer included that. Delta logo down there, and the Bombardier CRJ-700. This is a piece of tape, by the way, because I will demonstrate here if I can remove it. Well, unfortunately I can't remove the piece of tape because I just ripped off a small piece of it, so yeah. So I mean, if I remove it, it'll come up just a little bit, like the flap will start to pop up. So I've had this tape down for a while just so it wouldn't, you know, start flapping upwards like it does. But I'll remove it here just for the sake of this video. So yeah. So obviously got all the Delta stuff down there, 1/400 scale die-cast model aircraft. There is where the aircraft would be inside, but obviously it is not in the box. There is the pamphlet with the aircraft information. I'll zoom in a little bit here. And you can pause to read this if you wish. And then moving over to the back, this is the back of the box. We have the picture of the plane taking off, the Gemini jets as real as it gets, which is in a slightly different font here on this smaller box. It's just kind of in a more standard, like Arial-esque font, if you will. But I mean, this stuff right here is in that really neat font. I've never figured out like what the name of that typeface is. So like if I zoom in on it, I've seen this on like Weather Nation and all that stuff. This is very similar to what I've seen on that specific channel, though I don't watch it anymore because the TV providers I have no longer have it. Been replaced with like AccuWeather or something like that. But yeah, whatever that typeface is, just for funsies, I'll try to do some research on it. It's also present down here at the bottom with that right there, the copyright stuff. And then there's the top of the box, adult collectible model, printed in yellow. And on this side, we have the Gemini Jets logo. We have an image of the plane, a Bombardier CRJ-700, 1/400 die-cast scale model. Item number is GJDAL1259. Here's the bottom of the box with the same stuff on the back, and then that side's the same, and yeah. So that's pretty much all we have for the box. We'll go ahead and bring in the model here. This I picked up in, I think, around the Easter 2016 holiday. So this has been the first ever modern regional jet that I would get for my collection. And it has definitely proved to be a very useful pickup, especially since I started doing airport updates in late 2019, with them becoming a lot more of a regular staple on the channel towards the middle of 2020. So around like the summer months or so, I did have a nice full-fledged lineup of airport updates to keep the channel going and to keep content coming out over the course of the current situation, also known as the pandemic, and still going through with today. So the damage that has been sustained on this model, this piece right here fell off quite a few years ago. I don't remember when exactly it fell off, but a little while back. Well before I did these airport updates, by the way. I did super glue that piece back on, but it seems like a little bit of paint damage has occurred down there by the tail. So that's really the only notable damage, and what's unique about this is it does have the Delta belly, and as far as I know, Delta has not painted Delta bellies on the regional aircraft that they have. All their CRJs, their ERJs, and their Embraer E-jets and all that stuff. I don't think they've ever done that, so that was probably just a thing. Because this was released right around the time that Delta belly became more of a thing, and it was painted on all their mainline aircraft, so Gemini must have assumed that their regional aircraft were to get the Delta belly treatment. So start off at the front here, we have the cockpit windows, got some little text down there. I'll zoom in onto the nose here ever so slightly. So you can kind of see there's various bits of text down there. You got a little SkyTeam logo right there. Some of it has kind of worn off from time. I'm not sure what that says. I think it just says who operates this aircraft, but I think this aircraft is now with American Eagle. A little bit of a decal there on the right side of the L1 door. The Delta Connection title's right there. Transitioning over to the midsection of the aircraft, got a little door there for cargo and for luggage. Registration November 611 Quebec X-ray, so this is indeed the first release. Second release would have been 708 Echo Victor, and then the third release, which was just done in the last few months, is 3901 Charlie Alpha. Take a look here at the wings as well, the winglet rather. You can see it is painted in that nice Delta blue. And you have the engines right there, and then you have the Delta tail, and you can see there it is just painted there along the main tail section, whereas the CRJ-900 that Gemini Jets did in the March 2021 releases, it had this section right here in front of the tail painted blue as well. So that's probably why they chose that specific model. And yeah, that's pretty much everything here on the main part of the review. And underneath, as I showed you earlier, there is a Delta belly on this. No antennas or anything are present on this model. Everything is all just printed details. Yeah, because there is some printed details up here on the top, if it will focus. My thumb's kind of blocking the front section there, because there's some bits of details all along the top of the aircraft, and then also on the bottom as well. So let me zoom out a little bit. And you can see right there, there is a stand hole on this model, as you can see there, kind of blocking that D there in Delta. Landing gear, the Gemini Jets logo, which are correctly glued on this one. This is before their crazy landing gear thing, and then there's the horizontal stabilizers, which is a little bit off because the one broke off and I glued it back on. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode of Retro Reviews. So nice to bring this series back. I already did it last month with the US Airways Airbus A321, and I'll definitely try to keep this series going as long as I have aircraft to review. And I might bring in like some old aircraft that I did recently acquire, but do like more of an in-depth review on, just to see if that does bring in a little bit more variety to this series. So yeah, that's pretty much everything, and I will mention this in the Des Moines airport update, but the Minneapolis trip should be happening this coming weekend, so hopefully it does, but there seems to be another winter storm system happening again, so that's probably going to put a bit of a halt on those plans, but we're going to try and make sure this trip does happen, and if it doesn't, then that's going to be a bit of a problem, so we'll see what happens here, and hopefully the trip does take place. I'll provide more information on that at a later date and when the information becomes available. So that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.